Texas, in the Rio Grande Valley, about 7 miles or so from the Rio Grande River and the Mexican border. It is Patrick, OMKR, coming to you live. Today we're going to be flipping knives and just talking about stuff. So I hope as people roll in, we can all have a good morning. And I hope that this video, whether you're watching it live right now or when you watch it on replay, I hope it finds you healthy, whole, and safe. May you all have a wonderfully good day, and may it be a blessed day for you. So I'm going to hang out here and let people start rolling in, hopefully, as they get the notifications. I am starting a little bit early today, and so that can certainly affect things. So hopefully people will start popping in. Yeah, I'm really excited. It's so exciting to have broken the 1K barrier and to be able to set up and run that giveaway. I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be a blast. It really is. Hi, whoever came in, drop me a message and let me know who you are and what you're doing. So we'll get this live stream up and running. Well, someone was here briefly and left. Oh well, we'll give it a little bit of time to get going. Let's see. I brought a couple of knives to play with and talk about, and we've also got the weather, which is always an interesting topic here in South Texas. It is hot and sunny. It is going to break 105, triple digits today. So this is going to be a very hot day. Makes me wonder, is anyone getting notifications here? It's taking a while for everyone to come in. I guess I deserve that for starting early. We'll see what's happening. So, alrighty. Hopefully they're going out. Hopefully I didn't get myself in trouble and get banned and no one sees my live stream now. So I did a short, and the AI cut it from the video from the section where I was talking about getting shadow banned on Instagram. And I'm finding it interesting now. I have absolutely zero people coming into this live stream yet so far. Very, very, very fascinating. Probably just me and just the startup time. There we go. Someone's popping in finally. We'll get this thing going. Hello, hi, whoever you are. Say hello and let me know who you are. And hopefully we can get some other people in. There we go. Now people are starting to come in. Very good. So live from South Texas, this is Patrick, 1 Minute Knife Review. And we are enjoying a very hot, sunny day down here. It's going to break 106. Let me know how hot it is where you guys are, because I have a feeling it's getting there. Cheryl, hi. That's not Sherry from Shares Guild. This is Cheryl, someone else, right? Or is it Shares Guild? If it is, let me know. Anyway, regardless, hello. Thank you for coming. And if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Go and watch my videos. We're trying to get this channel cranked up to where it can be monetized, and that requires 3,000 hours of view time just to be able to take super chats. So I appreciate your view time coming in here and sharing the day with me today on this Wednesday. Unknown, hi Unknown. Hello, nice to meet you. Who else is here? Cheryl, 70 degrees. Oh my gosh, man, that's nice. That would be heaven compared to what I've got down here. 106 today is going to be the high or something like that. It's going to be ridiculous. Today, my first knife to flip and just talk about is one from my collection. It is the Asher Knives Nomad. And this is a crossbar lock knife. It's just a really good one. Very similar in weight, size, and design to the Bug Out. It is just, and it's in G10 though, so it's a little more firmly made. Very good knife. So anyway, that's why I'm flipping here, and I'll talk more knives in a little bit. So, but we'll keep talking. So everyone else who's coming in, please say hello, talk to the community, let me know who's here, and you know what? The Asher knives, it is S35 VN, which you're probably not gonna be able to see there. Very minimal branding on the blade, just the logo. Sharp, excellent action, good centering, good sound. It's a very nice knife. Mateo, Jessica, hi Jessica. I don't see Mateo in here, so I must not be getting all the chats. So sorry about that. Where's the United States? The one with the skull on the back. So that is a Chavez, Chavez knife. It is a production knife, and you can get them when they do small runs. So you have to track them down when they become available. But you can absolutely get those at a place like Blade IQ, Blade HQ, or Knife Center. I'm pretty sure both of them carry Chavez's, so I would recommend that. Or you can always get them from his website. He does have his own store, and so his knives are cool knives. They are not inexpensive. They will cost you a pretty penny. Um, yeah, they're all titanium. They're made in small batches. They would be considered what, mid-tech kind of, at least a lot of them. Well, thank you, Unknown. I appreciate it. I appreciate you subscribing. I appreciate if you would watch videos and help crank up time. I was able to last night throw together some playlists so that people can just literally turn on their stuff and set it on loop and just let it run. And hopefully it won't take people to other videos and other channels, and so we'll actually get the view time, which would be very nice. So, but I appreciate you all subscribing and watching as many videos as you can. The giveaway will come within the next 30 to 60 days, regardless of whether or not I get the hours up. I'm not going to make people wait. I appreciate everyone subscribing. The reason for the delay is I'm trying to get some merchandise together. I'm trying to get some T-shirts done so that I can have them for the giveaway. Ordering extra stickers and stuff like that to actually do it right and have a fun giveaway for everybody. I want to be able to have multiple prize packages. The big prize for the ProTech, but I want to have some other smaller stuff. And I also want to be able to have, cool. I also want to be able to have something for people not in the United States. So I'm going to have one package. Probably cost me a fortune to ship it, but it is what it is. I want to have one package that will be a package just for people overseas, or in other countries, Canada as well. And that way, everybody can participate and have fun, and it encourages people, even in other countries, to try to enjoy what we enjoy here, whether they enjoy it vicariously, if they can't own certain knives, or however. Speaking of which, I will be bringing some German knives with me. I think tomorrow. I'm going to bring some Bokers, a couple different Bokers, and we'll have some fun talking about that. So today, what I brought. So I was talking about yesterday my first good knife, right? The first good knife that I'd ever owned, and it was really I attributed it to the uh, Spyderco Tenacious as being the first good knife. Technically, this is the knife I really got right before the Tenacious, and it is the Kershaw Fraction. It's an ACR. It has pretty good action, but oh my goodness, the detent on it is murder. Can you see the tint in my finger just from flipping it? It has a really stiff detent, but it is a very good knife. I don't even know if they make the Fraction anymore. They had the Fraction and another one with the same type of, green G10 or whatever color this is. I'm colorblind in certain colors. So in G10, and then with the overlay of the carbon fiber plate on top of them, two different knives done like this, and the Fraction was one of them. You can see I've sharpened the heck out of this thing. I don't know how good your resolution is on your cameras. On my end, it doesn't look like it's very good. I've sharpened the heck out of it and used it and abused it. I don't like the clip on it, so I took it off and I just started carrying it loose in my pocket. So this thing has been around. Do I work? Unknown. Yes, I'm a physical therapist. Let me give my history here real quick. I'm a physical therapist here in South Texas. I do home health. I'm self-employed. I run my own business. And I've been doing physical therapy for about, oh my goodness, 28, 29 years now. Been doing home health for a good portion of that, more than half. And I love what I do. So I like to talk medical stuff too while I'm hanging out. If you have stuff that you want to talk about, and I like to tell stories and stuff too. It's fun. Do I hunt? I do not really hunt. I do like to shoot, but I don't really hunt. I don't need to eat, and I kind of feel like that would be the reason to hunt. I'm not into taking trophies, so it doesn't really do much for me. Although I can admire, someone who's taken down a large buck, or, and in fact, recently in one of my patients' houses, there was an elk on the wall, a big old elk head moose. I mean, yeah, big old. I guess it was elk, right? I don't know which part of the world it came from, but it was huge, and it was pretty cool. Someone had taken that as a trophy. Well, I just don't need it for me. So, hey, Bless, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you coming in, and you know what, Lest? I'm gonna make you a moderator since I don't have anyone else in here right now as a moderator, and I know you and appreciate you coming in and joining us all the time. So there you go. No one's being bad or anything, at least as far as I know. But I just wanted to do that for you there. All right, you're good at fishing. Uh, I will fish once in a while for fun. We live right. I'm right in South Texas. Like I said, I'm also, in addition to being about 7 miles north of Mexico, I'm only about an hour away from the coast. Hi, Sergeant. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well, sir. Thank you for joining us. So I'm only about an hour, maybe a little bit less, depends on traffic, from South Padre Island. If you've ever heard of or seen South Padre Island in South Texas, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, check it out online. It is probably one of the best kept resort locations, best kept secret resort locations in the world. I'm also only about an hour and a half away from SpaceX. It's on the other side of the river, other side of, I guess it is kind of on the other side of the river. Or it's on the other side of the port access, not the river itself. Anyway, and yeah, SpaceX is really cool. I've enjoyed being able to run over there and check it out. Maybe one of these days I can run over there and we can do a live stream from over there. That would be fun. I could do a live stream from SpaceX. It's 106 here today, dude. It's gonna be 106. It's gonna be hot. Um, Texas gets hot. Texas does everything big, right? We do temperature big too. Yeah, it's gonna be very hot today. I'm flipping. If you didn't catch it earlier, and you guys that just popped in, I'm flipping the Asher Nomad, a really good bug out killer. I want to say it's about half the price of the bug out, and it's in G10 S35VN crossbar lock, very good. It has a half semi-integral, whatever. Anyway, it's G10, but it's like halfway across. The line's like right here for where the back spacers meet, and so it's an interesting knife. Very 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 nice knife to play with and have fun with. I like it. I also brought a couple of others to talk about, and I was telling some stories. The launches from SpaceX all the time. Yeah. Oh, you can see them where you are, Blessed? I didn't know you were that close. Oh, from the California. I see. You know what? I saw one of those here in Texas. I even took a video of it and was freaking out because it looked really wild. It was already dark, but it was catching the light from the sun, at twilight, and it was just this expanding cloud. It looked kind of like I don't know. I can see how people would freak out and think that it is a like something in the sky, like a UFO or something. It looks really wild when those things go up. What do I use my knives for? Usually opening other knives, housework, stuff around the house, cutting open litter bags and cat food, opening packages, opening salad bags, you name it, cutting up prep, doing some food prep. I do some food prep with my knives. And that's about it. And showing off knives to everyone on the internet. Yeah, I use them for that. So, oh, you got to see the explosion itself? Yeah, there's been a couple of big ones. I haven't gotten to see any of them. I'm usually busy working, but there's been a couple of big ones. So this was my first good knife that was, like a so-so knife. It was an average knife. And this was the Fraction by Kershaw. So just to keep reminding people what I'm flipping so that they know what I'm talking, what I'm doing here. I did bring one more knife to talk about, but we seem to be having fun talking about SpaceX and rocket launches. One of my I'm so excited being down here with SpaceX down here in South Texas because being able to see the future like that is just really, really cool. I, as of yet, have to see a launch from down here. I would like to see it. North of San Diego, Canada. I've been to San Diego once, blessed. I was out there for a wound care convention in which I had published some research on wound care, especially in geriatric post-surgical wound care. And yeah, I've published research and stuff like that. Had a pretty full life so far. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you all subscribing and coming to my videos, because I want to have a fuller life on YouTube. So thank you all. Oh, for some reason my nose is really itching today. Must mean someone's thinking about me, right? Something. Imagine that. Hi, Mr. Skullfire. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for spamming my videos. I did come up with some playlists, so you can actually just set the playlists to run if you want now. I appreciate it. That's really cool. So thank you for doing that. And anyone else who wants to spam my videos to get the numbers up, please do it. I'm flattered that you would even consider doing that. It's the getting the 3K hours is going to be hard, but with all of you coming in and watching the live streams, if I can get 30 or 40 of you all in here watching live streams at once, that would be huge. And then a couple people or even 10 to 20 people spamming videos, we could hit it easily in the next month. But regardless, I'm planning on doing the giveaway within the next 30 to 60 days, whether or not I've hit those numbers for that. Just because, yes, I set up some playlists now. Yep. Just last night at your all's advice. Just because I had never actually even tried to do that. I like making the videos and putting stuff, but managing the channel is just not something that I was big on doing. Gonzo, thank you for coming in and seeing us today and visiting and hanging out. I appreciate it. But yes, I have some playlists now. So I playlisted all the lives, and we'll keep throwing the new lives into the playlist, so those can be spammed. I also playlisted a good portion of my knife collection videos that are the like the Bokers, the Benchmades, where it shows off my whole collection, stuff like that. So I playlisted some of that stuff. And I plan on going back and playlisting more. I just was working on it a little bit last night after I was done with work, and running my D&D game that I run every week. I do run a Dungeons and Dragons game every Tuesday night online. Been one of the guys has been gaming with me since the mid 1980s. One of the other people is more relatively new, but we're good. Thank you, Bless. I appreciate it. I really do. I can only say thank you and express my amazement at the support that the community has given me on trying to get these hours up. It's really cool, and we'll get there. We'll get there real fast. So. Did I have a Game Boy? You know what? I had an Atari. I had an original Pong. That was the first video game I ever had, was an original Pong with the thing. Yeah, on the TV. That's how old I am. My parents programmed computers when I was a kid, so I grew up playing around on computers and stuff. So I'm a little more computer savvy than a lot of people my age. But I love video games and stuff like that. But man, the playing RuneScape, no doubt. But in terms of video games, yeah, we had Pong. Then I had Atari. Then we had not Xbox. Oh, I can't remember which one it was, with all the Mario stuff that was real going. And yeah, in Nintendo. There you go. The NES. Hi, Fly. Thank you for joining us. The NES systems and all that, and then I kind of got out of it. I got frustrated with computers because you know what they can do now with the video games and the graphics and everything, AI, all the stuff's going on. I swear, when I was 12 years old, I saw all this coming. I could see it, that it was going to happen, and it was just so frustrating, dealing with computers. That, I mean, do you guys remember the Tandy computers with the peek and poke commands that you had to use to get them to do anything? DOS, I can still program in DOS, from just being a kid and having to learn it to start up things. Keith, thank you for coming, brother. Hey, I did film the Super Still video, so it's coming out, and there'll be a big shout out to you there in that, just so you know ahead of time. Yeah, so, but I appreciate you coming in and watching the videos. So yeah, I had a, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Very funny. You know what it's about. Yeah. Lord of the awards. Hi, Trish, right? Hi, Trish. Good morning. Mo Patty. You're at work lurking. A no problem. I appreciate everyone who's coming in here and watching. First system was a Nintendo. Let's get this back here before I lose it. And then a Commodore. Yeah, I remember the Commodores. I had friends that had. Hey, Blue, welcome. Thanks for joining us. I had a bunch of friends that had Commodores, and were using them to run programs and stuff. And that was when, like I said, I got to the point of being frustrated about the first Apple series. I was just so frustrated. Computers weren't doing what I wanted them to do and what I could see them doing like they do now. It wasn't until the mid 90s or even late 90s, I want to say about 95, 96. Yeah, smash the like button. Thanks. 96, that computers started having graphics that were up to par with what I wanted them to be so I could enjoy them. I think it was like with World of Warcraft, the original game, like the or just Warcraft, I think was the game, where where you had the orcs and the humans or whatever. It was one of the first few games. Um, don't see the future. Apple, Apple's going downhill. I use iPhone. I like the Apple environment, but it's just ever since Steve Jobs passed, it's not been the same. And now they're into making money, not making products that are expanding the future. When Jobs was in there, he was a visionary. He wanted to change the world. He wasn't worried about how much money they made. He wanted to change the world and make it different. At least that's the way I always interpreted his stuff, right? Now it's, oh, how can we maximize our profits with this product and all that stuff. So Matt, who is Matt? I'm not good with names, so forgive me. Like I said, I'm just now getting Trish's name down, so forgive me with everybody on your all's names. Let's talk about the third good knife I actually ever bought for Warncliffe Wednesday, and that was the leak, the Kershaw leak, right? Now, this was like, oh, hey, look, that's almost auto. Yeah, so that was the original Warcraft with expansion. Yeah, I had all the expansions too. It was a good game. I used to have to install it manually onto the computer in DOS because my parents had an old computer that I was running it on. And so I had to figure out how to manually install it in DOS, which was kind of fun. But hey, it worked. I was able to get it up and running. So the Leak is a really cool assisted knife. I'm not a big fan, but it's really nice. Hey, Unknown, thank you for subscribing. No problem. I'll be on live here for another 10, 15 minutes or so. But regardless, check out the other videos. Spam the playlist. Come back tomorrow. I will be on live every morning sometime between 9:45 and 10 to 10:30 or so. It just depends on my patients because my patient care comes first. So if there's a patient issue that's needed, I will take care of the patient first, and then I'll come on live. So if I'm ever running late, you'll know what the issue is. Or if I ever start really early, it's because I had a patient that needs to be seen around 10 o'clock or 10:15 or something. Anyway, but thank you all for subscribing and coming in and letting me know that you're taking off. I appreciate it. The course, I don't know. What do you guys think? There's a guy on the YouTube, and I have not seen any of his videos in years, but he was the leak guy, and he had something like 100 unique leaks, different variations of the leak. Amazing, such an iconic knife that's been around so long, and it's so easy to forget how good of a knife it is. It is a really, really, really good knife. It just got so far away from assisted. I don't know about how you guys feel. Anyone else not a big fan of assisted anymore? It's just like, nowadays they can just tune the knife properly, and you can enjoy it that way. I've always kind of wished that the Leak was not an assisted, but hey, it's okay. Uh, Iridium Auto. Nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, guys, tell me what you're carrying today. Do I work with? I work in home health, in geriatric care mostly. So I do see knee and hip replacements. I also see a lot of strokes. I see spinal problems, degenerative problems, degenerative illnesses, neurological illnesses, multiple sclerosis. There's been a fair number of Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS, patients over the past few years. So yeah, I see all that type of stuff. Not ready to do it. I'm gonna try injections. I hope that it helps you. I had to have spinal injections years ago. I've had back surgery. I do not recommend back surgery for anybody. Risky Scapino. Hi, oh Ricky Scapino. Hi, Ricky. Thank you for joining us. If you're not subscribed, go and subscribe, pretty please. I ask you most sincerely, and go watch and spam my videos to get our view hours up so that I can do this ProTech giveaway. But sooner or later, I'm going to do it within the next 30 to 60 days, regardless of where my view hours are at. Um, Not really a fan. I'm not either. The leak though is a really classy, smooth. I mean, sharp knife. Um, sharp knife. Sharp knife. Oh man, can't help it. The puns just make themselves. Hey Joe, thanks for joining us. Um, but yeah, I'm not a fan of assisted knives anymore. I'm really not. This is the only assisted I have and will ever carry at all. Uh, Now the autos, I like the Launch series. Absolutely, I'm a big fan of the Launch 11. I think it is uh, launch 11 and launch 12. The not the stiletto looking one. It's the other one, whichever of the two. And yeah, the SOG Flash AT. You know what? I've never owned a SOG assisted. I own a couple of SOGs that aren't. I own a Determinus, I think it is. But I don't own any assisted SOGs. You're carrying the Kaiser Aegis. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. What else is everyone carrying? And hey, hi everyone who's come in. I appreciate everyone popping in. Seems like we have a fair number of people coming in. Please say hi and join the conversation. Please subscribe to my channel if you are not already subscribed. I do appreciate it. And please go watch videos. I'm trying to get my view hours up to the point where I can get this thing monetized and help pay for the stuff I'm giving away. Because I want to give away stuff. It's fun. I am giving away a ProTech Sprint, and that will be happening in the next 30 to 60 days, regardless of the view hours getting up. So I just have to get a bunch of other stuff together so that we can do it right. My primary carry today, for anyone who's interested and didn't catch it earlier, Blue. Did I say hi, Blue? I hope I said hi, Blue. I'm pretty sure I said hi, but if I didn't, Blue, hi, and thanks for coming. Is the Asher Knives Nomad. Great knife. By the way, I won this knife. This was another knife I won in a giveaway, which, like I said, giveaways are fun. This is a good one, though. Yeah, a lot of times, that's why I want to give away good knife in my giveaways, or good knives. Not that people don't give away good knives. They do. I have no complaints about anything I've ever won. That's not my point. My point is, I want to give away something that the person who gets it is really going to treasure for a while. They're going to even not want to carry. They want to make it a safe clean or something. That's the type of thing I want to be able to give away, so that down the road they can look back at it and go, "Nice, appreciate it." MR1 on your belt. TCal MR1, nice. Blessed is carrying the Cold Steel Recon, the SOG Flash AT, Kaiser Quartz, Klaken, Flint, the Ganzo FH12, not familiar with that one, and a Victorinox Huntsman Swiss Army knife. Very nice, very, very nice. Very nice. I'm a big fan of Cold Steel. I have the, is it the Recon Tanto? I'll have to look it up and see what shit. And I think I have the MK1 or something like that. I'll have to look the two of them and grab the two of them and bring them at some point. You've won a Rosecraft Tuckahoe. Okay. Rosecraft's making some nice knives. Recon 1 is a Tanto. Okay, there you go. Mine is this a San Mai? Mine's a VG10 San Mai. So I don't know if that's the one I'm thinking of. Anyway, great knives. Great knives. A big fixed blade. Yeah, what has everyone else won over the years? I'd love to hear that. That makes for some great stories if people want to like chime in and say, hey, I won this or won that. Let me know. I'm curious. It's fun. That's one of the funnest parts of the community is winning things, and sharing and giving away things actually for those who get to participate in it that way. JB, I've won a couple of things from JB that are really nice. A couple of nice finches that I really appreciate. They have a special spot in my collection because they're one. Actually, I've won a fair amount of stuff from JB. If you watch Saturday Night Live, got to shout it out. If you watch Saturday Night Live, JB gives away a knife every weekend at around midnight Central Time on Saturday Night Live. So if you're new to and you're seeing my channel and you've never caught that, you should go catch that. And then of course there is Zach from Zach Stuff. Where is Zach Stuff stickers hiding? There we go. From Zach Stuff right there. Zach also on Sundays, and he was a big help in getting me over 1K and having my channel shouted out. So I appreciate that for everybody who might not have ever seen either of their two live streams. Go check them out. They are well worth seeing. And every week they're doing a giveaway. And usually Zach's giving away a Benchmade, although lately he's been giving away a couple some nice Kershaw's Bel Airs. So they do it right. So go check them out. I admire and would love to live up to them. You won the Rosecraft from JB. Okay, and Oh Father. That's nice. That's very nice. Yeah, he's a big factor in the community. Dang, that's carrying so much, right? Yeah. Um, yeah. I used to carry like 5 knives at once. Absolutely had no trouble with it. I would carry my UTX 70 up here in the shirt pocket. I would carry one knife in either scrub pocket off to the side, so you have your primary carry, and then I would carry one on the other side. I would usually carry another knife down here in my scrub pants, so that would make 4. And then I would always carry a knife with me for scratching lottery tickets, and so that would make 5. So I was usually carrying 5 knives at a time, so it's not, I guess, that unusual. Those are some big ones. So anyway, yep. So just to recap then, flipping the leak because it was the third nice knife I ever bought and owned, and it's still in great condition and still works. It's a great knife. Just the assisted thing is kind of the first, well, before the Spyderco, I don't want to call this a good knife. It's not a bad knife. It's just not a great knife. Before the Spyderco was, there we go, the Kershaw Fraction. Oh no, this is not this. Yeah, it's Kershaw Fraction. Fraxion. Not a bad knife, but the detent on it is brutal in terms of pressing it. So, used to carry the SR1 Tanto. Too many things in your pockets to carry. Yeah, you know what? That can put some stress on your back. To tell you the truth, it really can. So that's a fair take. It's carrying too much stuff can hurt your back and help not be good for your body mechanics. That's for sure. Um, all right, guys. Well, I'm kind of running out of things to talk about and stories. If there's anything you would like to talk about, throw it in the chat. But otherwise, I'll be getting ready to wrap up. I do have to drive a little bit here. I still have about 10 minutes so before I actually have to go, so we can hang out a little bit longer. Let me get a knife out here and flip to entertain myself and keep my hands busy. Idle hands are the devil's work, right? Isn't that what they say? Yeah. And so, hey, keep your hands busy. I don't know if that's actually what it means, but hey, I'm all in, right? What else is going on? 15 the blue. Hey, Blue, there's nothing wrong with it. Each of their own. Not a problem. How many are you carrying, actually? I hope you're not actually carrying 15, though. Your purse, right? Women in their purses. Hey, Apex, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Happy Wednesday. Hope it finds you healthy, happy, and whole. I used to do outpatient therapy, and believe it or not, there is a whole area of therapy because of back problems from women carrying purses that are too heavy. It is not an uncommon thing for women to have neck and back issues, upper back issues, both because of breast size and because they're carrying too heavy of a purse. And so it would keep us, we would actually have some business there that way. Robin, is that Apex? Okay. Hi, Robin. I'm assuming that I've got the name right because I am not good with names, and I know I've said that before. So let's hope. 4 folders, 3 folders, 3 traditionals, and 4 blue. Seriously, you're wearing 4 fixed blades on your belt. 4. Where do you got room for the rest of your tools? I'm just picking on you. That's Canucks and out your purse. A lot of people have. That's a lot, dude. That is a lot. All right. And just because you want to, I assume, not any reason that you're having to. Blues carry. I'm gonna have to go check that out. Thank you. I have not had time to watch much videos. As I've been trying to catch lives to give people support because, like I said, I know it's really hard to get the hours in, and so I want them to have my support on that. But I have not had a chance to watch people's regular videos very much. So I need to go and be a better member of the community that way, huh? Um, but I will go check that out. So. All right. I don't know what the AI is going to come up with the live stream mini clip. So what I've been doing is just posting whatever the YouTube algorithm says. Hey, this clip looks interesting. We'll use it from my live streams just to get a short posted every day. And so some of them make absolutely no sense with the title. I think one of them is about Tonto Tuesday, and I'm talking about boxer's fractures in the hand or something, and stuff like that. So if you watch those and you find that funny, yeah, enjoy. Uh, do I have? I actually I have an Xbox that I can do that with. Yeah, yeah. And I have tried. I'm as lazy as the next person. I don't necessarily get things done. Usually, by the time I get done with work, I am wiped out. That's why I wanted to do these live streams in the morning. After I've seen a couple patients, get a couple patients going, and then come to a live stream while I still have a lot of energy and I'm feeling chipper and excited. And then by the time I'm done, it's like I go home, I call out my next day's schedule, I work on the schedule, I go to sleep. I go take a nap every day almost, and then I get back up, do my paperwork, and that's when I usually catch the live streams at night, and I'll be doing paperwork. I mean midnight on Saturday, and I'm still doing paperwork. That's the bane of my existence is paperwork. So I have to take my chicken scratch writing here and convert it into a format that Medicare and Medicaid will accept and say, hey, oh yeah, that patient needs therapy, and so that's Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome, right? Yeah, yeah, you'd fit just fine in a Mad Max movie, Blue. It sounds like, yeah. So yeah, but by the end of the day, I'm wiped out usually. Which is why I hadn't been filming very many videos too. There wasn't much to talk about, and I hadn't really had a whole lot of eagerness, a whole lot of motivation. And it takes me. I'm not the type of person that's gonna crank out a video every day just to crank out a video every day. I just can't do it. I have to have some excitement. I have to have some motivation. I have to have some investment into the topic that I'm talking about and a desire to talk about it. Otherwise, I'd be like, hi, how y'all doing? Yeah, it's a great day. No one wants that, right? We want the enthusiasm, right? So, replicant EDC is live. Okay, I will. I'll go dig it up and look for it. So I want to check that out. I've done a few pocket dumps over the years back too. So if you go check them out on my channel, you can check out some pocket dumps on some of the videos. Usually right towards the end, I'll say, "Oh, and here's a pocket dump" or something like that if I've done a video. But yeah, I have to be into the topic that I'm wanting to talk. That's why I'm having so much fun right now, is because I'm really into the idea of getting this giveaway going and the channel going, which is really great. And oh my gosh, I've already been on 40 minutes. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it. Time flies when you're having fun with everybody. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it a whole lot. If I can do 3 or 4 hour long video lives with people in here, we could get those hours in really fast. I don't think I could. I have considered going on to a late night as well once in a while. Like a 10, 11, 12 o'clock late night, just popping on. So if you see me pop on randomly, for that. You might catch me in my home studio as opposed to the mobile studio once I get it set up, which my wife won't let me do any videos until I get everything acceptable, by her standards, which, yeah, I respect. Uh, but I'll probably be popping on and doing some late night live streams. Like, do you remember Grateful Panda? Anyone remember Grateful Panic? He would go on at like 11 o'clock and go until 4 a.m. and just just do live the whole time to try and get hours up for him. And I think it was Shane. They were trying to get their hours up, and yeah, I may end up doing some of that type of stuff too. You won't be in a late live. No problem. That's why I'm doing the morning lives. I want to catch everyone who, I mean, well, frankly, most of the afternoon and evening lives, those slots are taken, if you will, right? If you check out Knife Tube schedule, I'm on there now at the 10 o'clock slot. Thank you. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it. If you do see this video, shout out, dude. And so, yeah, and it's nice to have a spot, but I'll probably pop on other times too. I want to be very careful not to step on anyone's toes. That's established. That's we're trying to have a spot. We don't want to be rude. And there's always going to be some competition for eyes in the space, just because the way YouTube works. But don't want to be competing for the same audience and stealing views away from other people, and obviously not getting views because people are at other places. And so it just kind of worked out. I just started doing the live starting about 9:40, 9:50, kind of randomly, and just because no one else was on. And now it looks like this is going to probably be my spot going forward. So I appreciate everyone who gets up early and wants to come in here and see the lives. And I really appreciate everyone who is from overseas, that this type of time slot can help out. It's their evening and they're like, oh, good, I can watch a video. So I appreciate being able to do that. And it's kind of cool. All right. So I think at this point I need to wrap it up because I have to hit the road to get to my next patient who has not answered. So that's one of the occupational hazards that we have. So I have to go see a patient even if they don't answer. I have to make an attempt. And if you think about it, it makes sense. What if they're laying on the floor and people try to get a hold of them? Oh, they're not home. And then no one ever goes out to check on them. So when we don't get an answer, we have to go check and we have to go try a direct attempt. Thank you. You all have a wonderful day too. Apex, I appreciate you coming in here. But yeah, we have to make a direct attempt. We can't just let it go and let people not answer. So yeah, a lot of times that means a lot of wasted drive time and wasted money, because if I drive an hour to go see a patient and they're not home, and then have another half, I mean, I easily could get two patients in that same time period. So I've lost out the patient that wasn't there, and I've lost out on the opportunity for other patients, which that's just the part of the way the business works, which kind of sucks. Um, so it's not all just gravy in the way we do business. But anyway, we're going to wrap this up. So thank you all. I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. I hope that the day finds you healthy and happy and whole, and God blesses you with everything that you need, and most of the stuff that you want, but not everything. Because if God ever gives you everything that you want, it'll ruin your life. Trust me. You don't want God to give you everything. Anyway, you all have a wonderful day. And this is the part where you all get to look up my nostrils while I try to get this thing to set up and send. All right. Thank you all so much for coming in here and spending this time with me. Thank you again.